Meanwhile, we are taking a look at the macro story this morning. Verizon Business releasing its 15th annual data breach investigations report, which highlights the latest threats in cybersecurity. The report's most concerning finding was the surge in ransomware breaches, which increased 13% last year, a jump greater than the last 5 years combined. Joining me right now for this Fox Business exclusive is Verizon Business CEO Tami Erwin. Tami, great to have you this morning. Welcome, and thanks very much for being here today.
Of course. Good morning, Maria. Thanks so much for the chance to be here.
This is a really important report. Tell me about the key findings, what you learned about breaches, and how they get to us.
Yeah, Maria, thank you. The DBIR, the Data Breach Investigation Report, is in its 15th year of publication. It's one of the most well-recognized reports on cybersecurity, and there's never been a more important time for us to be talking about cybersecurity than we're right now, given what's happening in the environment around us. We talked to about 25,000 individuals that were involved in security breaches. What we found is about 20% of those actually went from investigation into a full breach. You hit on one of the most important highlights, and that is the increase in ransomware. Ransomware attacks are up 13% on a year-over basis, representing more than we've seen in the last 5 years. Why not? Ransomware is a very easy thing to do. Steal the information and sell it back to the same person you stole it from. So it's something that we're seeing happen. I think a couple of other critical things that we found in the report: 4 out of 5 security breaches are in fact initiated by criminals that are organized crime. So these are experts that know what they're doing. And 82% of breaches involve some kind of human error. So when we think about what can you prevent, how do you train, how do you educate, a lot that you can train and prevent for, and some that's very difficult to avoid.
Yeah, that's what was my next question. What should we be doing in terms of trying to protect ourselves in the face of all of this?
Yeah, Maria, the thing that we're talking to our customers around the globe about doing is really creating a framework to manage cybersecurity. And we're having these discussions with CISOs around the world, with CTOs, CIOs. And the conversation we're having is, it's not if, it's when, because I think every business should plan that they will have a breach of some sort. What we build in is incredibly tight security into our network. We think that's the most important place to build that. Then we build a prevention plan, and then we build an early detection plan so that you can detect very, very quickly if there's a problem, and then a remediation plan, and you build all of those together. And then the other thing that we're doing a lot of is just basic training with employees: how to avoid phishing, how to manage your credentials, how do you work in a hybrid work environment when you're moving your things back and forth between an office and a home office. What does that look like? And so those are the things that we're doing with our partners around the world.
That is great advice, and thank you for that report. This is something we're all dealing with. Tami, I want to switch gears, ask you about your business and the growth of your business. Obviously, the wireless business doing incredibly well, and that is a major positive for Verizon. What can you tell us about businesses, small and large, buying wireless phones for their employees? We're talking about the macro story all morning, Tami, and this morning Target is warning of weaker margins. Jamie Dimon last week said we're expecting an economic hurricane on the way. What can you tell us about the wireless business with regard to businesses spending on this kind of product?
Yeah, Maria, at the macro level, I think none of us can deny that there is an economic pressure around the globe. But what I can tell you is the buying that I'm seeing from small and medium customers, global enterprise customers, public sector customers as well, is that they're putting more and more effort and investment into building out an infrastructure that enables them to accelerate digital transformation and ultimately take costs out of their business and serve customers better and faster. It's part of the reason I couldn't be more excited about the acceleration of our C-band build and the 5G capability. We now have 115 million POPs covered across the U.S., and Kyle Milady, who's our CTO, has committed to making that number 175 million plus by the time we get to the end of the year. Customers are investing in network security applications and solutions, and we really have multiple paths to grow: mobility, fixed wireless access, so business internet, and then private networks and mobile edge compute, something customers know is critical to building out that 21st century infrastructure, mobility, broadband, and cloud. And we're delivering that to customers and are mission critical to their business.
I mean, I guess if you see small businesses still buying new wireless phones for their employees, it tells you that the small business portion of business is doing real well, Tami. But we've been waiting for 5G to really materialize on an enterprise level. I know that there was a deal with Verizon and BlackRock that they were going to replace Wi-Fi with 5G. Are you seeing more enterprise come to the table wanting to do that with 5G, Tami?
We absolutely are, whether it's BlackRock here in New York or Associated British Ports in the UK. We have a very deep funnel of customers who are saying, I've always purchased network as a service from Verizon. Now I would like to add in private networks, and we're building those at scale today, selling them around the globe so the customers can, in fact, manage their own networks or give them to Verizon to manage, which is what most customers are doing, because they want to know that that private network they're building gives them their own personal access, but it's managed by Verizon. It allows us to really care for security capabilities in the way that we know is important. And so we're seeing a very rapid acceleration of private networks for small businesses all the way through global enterprise customers and around the globe, which is pretty exciting because that becomes the gateway to how do you take all the data that sits on those private networks and accelerate edge compute, which is really the next phase. And we are the only carrier in the world today that has partnerships with all three of the big hyperscalers, Amazon, Azure, and Google as well.
Yeah, and is the next big wave of this connectivity to the car, Tami? Is that sort of where this next phase takes us? Yeah. I know technology is the biggest thing in a car today, right?
Absolutely. Listen, Maria, I think it's connectivity to the car, but I would tell you it's connectivity to everything. And that's really the power of 5G is it's not just connecting our phones, but it's connecting our cars, it's connecting our homes, it's connecting our schools, it's connecting everything.
Yeah, which makes protecting that data that we talked about at the top of this interview that much more important. Tami, it's great to talk with you. Thanks very much for weighing in on all of that. We appreciate your time, and we'll be watching the developments.
Thanks so much, Maria. Appreciate it.